Hello, cool. Yeah, okay, so let's get cracking. So we did the checkbox last time. This time around, we're gonna try and do the radio button. So let's go to our forms. So let's go down, I think, to the group. Commands form group. So we're looking for where we go. So this is what we're looking for. Okay, so we got shipping page, speedy, checkbox. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to do something like payment. So we need to say something, okay, name. Let's do credit card. We're going to do label. And I think the way that radio boxes works is that you have to have the same name for all the different radio ports. So for all the different radio boxes. So we're going to call that payment method. We're going to say credit card. We're going to say type. And we're going to say as radio. Okay. So let's see what that does. So we got two over there, one over there. So okay. Render more hooks than during the previous window. Okay. So let's maybe just expand the thing a bit. So this is for the row, this is for the column. So what we want to do is we're going to say make two of them, and then for the second payment is let's do something like Apple Pay. Okay, so that is something we need to fix at some point. Well, let's just get cracking with creating the components. So we're going to say base radio box is name, label, and then the value. Gonna do on change and then type. Although we don't need type for this one because we know it's a radio. Okay. So and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna return a div. We're gonna say div of type input, type radio, name is going to be the name, label doesn't go there, value is going to be value. I'm going to create a handler called const on inner change. I suppose it should be inner on change, and then we're just going to go okay. And then we're going to say that's an event. I'm going to say okay. Let's change that to inner on change, and then call on change and then e. It's going to be value, and then on change is going to be on inner change. Okay, and then we close up this. We grab our label. Silence that one for now. And then we need to go to our switch statement that says what we're going to display. That would be over here. So we're going to go get that, go radio, base radio box. Okay, close that up. So okay, so that works. So we got the radio and we got the Apple Pay. What you do need to do now is go see what happens. So double cancel current default phase is time change. So let's do e target.value, see what that does. That's an object, which is interesting. So let's do it JSON.stringify, see if we can find out a bit more about this particular object. Okay. So it's empty. So we need to figure out why it's empty. Okay, so the reason for that, I think, is because we need to specify value here saying what it is. So this is going to be Apple Pay. It's going to be credit card. And then we need to figure out how we are going to pass through these values for radio boxes. Okay, so for radio boxes, it's going to be form input dot value. And the credit card, Apple Pay. So let's see what happens if we push this out. So payment, shipping, payment method, surname, country lines. So payment method is just the e, so we need to change this to e.target.value. Click save. Okay. So I think that was going to work now. So yeah, credit card, if we go to Apple Pay, we click save, we get Apple Pay. Okay, cool. So we got radio boxes, which is awesome. We can take that away. We can technically do inline this function. We can say then on change is e.target.value. We go credit card, we click that. We get credit card. If we go back to Apple Pay, we get Apple Pay. So that works. So next thing that we need to do is we need to figure out what this means. So it says that it encountered two children with the same key. So if we expand maybe shipping to see what shipping looks like. Name, payment method, value, label. Okay, so I think it might be that somewhere around here we're using the name of the key. So it says here in maybe subgroup. So subgroup of key, yeah. So over here is, so what we're going to do now, for now at least, is just use the index as well. So at one point what we'll do is we'll do like a post processor so when we pass in all of this stuff is that we add UIDs to each one of these inputs in each one of these rows, and then that would allow us to then just use that as the key, so we don't get this warning. So the reason why that warning is there, if you try and update the form dynamically, React won't probably be able to keep track of the actual changes within each one of these different groups. So you need to have like a unique identify each one of these rows and then each one of these rows. And the way we can do that is by trying to change these things to have some sort of UDID in them. And for the nested ones, we can try to do like a UDID on each one of these. And then what we can do is we can concatenate all the list item UUIDs into one large UUID and then pass that up the chain as we go through as we iterate through the groups. So let's see. Shipping, credit, Apple, Okay, cool. So that seems to be working fine. So we got radio boxes in now, which is awesome. Next thing I want to do is actually kind of skip, just take a break off the form things. So for the form things that we still need to do is we still need to clean up all of these warnings. We still need to start trying to type all of this. We need to fix these index problems. We need to fix these warnings as well, this one as well. So just kind of get the thing to actually to a point where we can say, okay, well, we're really happy with it. What I want to do with it later on then is try to use it from like a server-side thing where the server-side generates all of this stuff and then passes it through to a front-end generator which does the form and then allows you to post back the results, and then the framework itself should be able to easily update the model. So essentially do like an admin generator thing where we've got an API on the back end and there's stuff on the front end to generate the pages. So as part of that, what we're probably going to end up doing is doing things like dropping the mapping. The reason for that is that it's a function on the JavaScript side and we want to be able to pass things through from the server side. But before we get to that, is I kind of want to update the site at the moment. If you go to like the package.json, it's still using I think older versions of Next and things like Tailwind CSS, probably TypeScript and all kinds of things. I want to kind of get that up to standard. I also want to maybe try to do some basic testing on this form stuff. And at some point when I'm happy with actually where the form stuff is, then kind of do like a export of it and put it maybe on a library and then put it on like npm or something. I don't know yet. But yeah, so that's it for this video. So next video we're probably just going to do the updating. Until then, bye.